Hello everyone, I am Krooked and I do stuff, and this is Unscripted, the series where I take a completely unscripted look at games and give it a 1 through 10 rating. Today, we are playing Donald Duck in Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow. If you see this and you know the previous things with the channel, you'll know that when I am at Disney, we play Disney games. So, yes, if you're watching this when it comes out, I am in Disneyland, enjoying all my time, and you can check all that out on my other channel, the Neverland Nomads, where my wife and I, have a travel vlog for everything. So this is Maui Mallard. Basically, Donald Duck in the 90s, they were like, hey, let's do something awesome, and give him his, own little superpower video game and stuff. So he's playing an actor named Maui Mallard who is acting in a movie. And that's the entire plot of this game, basically. But it's a little unique because, it's not Donald just yelling at things and being angry, which is kind of his shtick. That's all Donald ever really does. So it's a little more unique than what most people are used to with Donald. Back in the day, I remember this being a huge deal where people were just like, wow, Donald's not being Donald. I am struggling there. Come on. I wanted to get on the other side because I want to get all this stuff, but maybe there's a better way to do it. Okay. What if I just... Okay, I can't just run across. Well, that's good to know. So far, looking at it, you can tell it's a pretty good looking game. It's a Disney game though, so it's expected that it's gonna look good. As Donald, you get this little cap gun thing, and you have to collect treasures. Ow. Well, you take out Maui Mallard's enemies, and I feel, if anything, the music doesn't really match the game, but it's kind of relaxed, vacation-y music. You can't really ask for more than that. Now, if I can, I'm gonna try to get to the point where you actually become his super alter ego, because right now it's just Maui Mallard. But he can turn into a much cooler version of Maui Mallard. Oh, and you have different weapons that you can switch from using L and R. A shoots, X I don't think does anything. Y doesn't really do anything. B jumps, and it's just really basic controls. It's clearly a platformer game, but this doesn't have a lot of the same tropes that the old Disney games have, where, you have to beat it in multiple rentals. No, they didn't care about that. They just wanted people to kind of have fun with Donald Duck, which makes this better than most of the 90s Disney games, because they were really hard for basically no reason other than to be hard, which anyone who's played Lion King knows all about that. That's not to say that this is an easy game, because it does hold some definite difficulty, and it's really, really interesting with the camera being as lucid as it is, because you can get yourself lost easy, and it's always jumping back and forth, which that can be a lot to keep track of for a lot of different gamers. I only found 18% of the loot, which, that's on me, but I beat the level, so, hey. Oh no. So, it's also pretty forgiving when you, say, fall in the water like I am. And it's really just a fun platformer for the most part. Can I, jump up here in a better way? No? I don't know how to get up! Let me up! Probably just means that I'm going the wrong way. Oh. Okay. Cool, so there's these floor panels that if I step on, it pushes that thing away. Which is also how I'm gonna get up here. So, it kind of has good game design in that sense where it teaches you how to play by playing the game. It's a little bit less forgiving than other games are in that sense, because usually when games do this, they do it in a way where you don't have to get damage or even risk damage to do the steps. Like Mega Man X does it by dropping you into an area where you can just climb the walls, which wasn't in Mega Man, and you're pretty safe while doing it. So this doesn't do that, which, that's fine. Not every game has to. It doesn't mean it's a bad game, it just means that it could have probably used a little bit more refinement on its game design, but that's still fine. So yeah, the controls are pretty tight, other than the screen changing every time I do that. It's pretty forgiving in the amount of damage you can take, which for an old Disney game is unheard of. And really, it hasn't been that difficult of a game. The sounds are pretty good. Shooting sounds like shooting. The damage almost sounds like Donald Duck taking a hit, which I think is always kind of fun. It must be interesting to be like, well, how do you make Donald sound like he's taking damage? And, well, they figured it out. There's a way to, like, transform, but I don't remember what it is. And when you do transform, it's kind of cool, because Donald gets, like, some tropey, good old, I heard a noise and I was like, what is that? He gets like this whole outfit and he gets bow staff and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And if I knew how to transform, it would definitely happen. That's wild, you can have two different things equipped. The lamps look like they're basically reused from Aladdin. But it's good sprite work. Looks good. It sounds good, even if the music doesn't really fit the level theme as much. But again, it looks good and it sounds good. It controls good too. So with this being on the easier side of Disney games, I think this is a great game for basically anyone to try out. Anyone is going to have fun playing this game, simply because it's going to be a character that you recognize in a world that you don't recognize, and it has a lot of that fun Disney charm with it. That being said, it does lose some points because, again, the camera switching, and it's kind of weird to play. It's hard to describe how it's weird, other than sometimes it seems like something else should happen, or that you're supposed to go somewhere else, and it's really confusing in a lot of different ways. Like, just that, I would have had no clue that I was supposed to go this way at all. But I also think it's a very fair game. Overall, I think it's a good enough game that anyone can enjoy it and have fun with it, and, you know, it might even make you check out other platformer games just because it's kind of unique and fun in a lot of different ways. So, for a score for Maui Mallard, really, I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10. I know I've given a lot of 7s recently, but they're games that are just, they're good, they're playable, anyone can enjoy them, but they don't really meet that standard of being one of the all-time greats. But it's still a good game. So, with that being said, comment down below and let me know what your favorite experience with Donald Duck or Disney is. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button so that way you never miss an episode of Unscripted. And go ahead and hit that notification bell so that way you'll be notified whenever a new episode of Unscripted comes out. And with all that being said, I do want to thank you for watching Unscripted, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye!